Hi there, everyone! Welcome to my series called Movie Reviews, where I talk about movies that I watched during a particular year. This year, 2020, has been either watching old movies that I've already seen, or by trying to get through my list of movies that I haven't seen. This one was the latter. This is actually going to be my review of Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Okay, first off, I'm going to out myself a little bit of this. I am a die-hard Harley Quinn fan. I have loved her character since I first saw Mad Love. And it was one of the few Batman the Animated Series episodes I actually watched, and I love her character. And for those who have no idea who Harley is, which is fair, Harley Quinn is, her real name is Harleen Quinzel. She is a former psychiatrist who worked for the Arkham Asylum inside of Gotham City, which is in the Batman universe. And unfortunately, because of her nature of wanting to help people, she ended up getting paired with the Joker, who is the Clown Prince of Crime. And through that, she ended up falling in love with him and became Harley Quinn, because her name is very similar. And over several years, she has become his second in command, his henchwoman, his punching bag, everything. And there is a lot of interesting things that go with Harley. And with Birds of Prey, I'm just going to call it the Harley Quinn movie because it has very little with Birds of Prey in it. And I can understand the criticism with that because it's literally following on the coattails of Suicide Squad. Which, if you were not a fan of it, I completely understand, because I can see where they kind of screwed up. But basically, Birds of Prey, the movie, is told sort of from multiple perspectives, but the overarching narrator is Harley. And in it, Harley is officially broken up with Joker, but one, no one believes her, and two, she's still kind of in love with him. But then she decides that she's going to drive a gas tanker into the Ace Chemicals building, which is where her life as Harley Quinn started. Because she willingly jumped into a vat of chemicals for him. And what that did was it caused a domino effect of everyone who hated Harley but were too afraid of Joker to go after her now had the green light to go after her. My one problem with that is, okay, everyone in Gotham, I understand, are not exactly the cream of the crop when it comes to criminals, but Harley is a badass in and of herself. She is athletic, she is smart, she is strong. And the idea that they wouldn't have any idea that she could defend herself is ludicrous. Also, the fact that Joker's not the type to let someone just walk out on their own. He decides when they're gone. So, I don't know if we ever got like a description of how they broke up, just that they broke up. But that's kind of what irked me. The other thing that kind of irked me was the antagonist, which is Roman Sionis. And for one thing, I'm going to do a little bit of a pet peeve thing. How they pronounce his name in the movie. They say Sionis. It's like, it's Sionis. It's O-N. Sionis. Sidebar that. But Roman is Black Mask. He is one of the older villains of the Batman universe because he's not a supervillain. He's just a mobster who is incredibly rich and incredibly ruthless. He gets his name because he puts on a black skulled mask, when he goes out and does crime on his own. And in this, he also has a henchman by the name of Victor Zsasz. Zsasz is also a pretty unknown character, unless you've actually been a part of the Batman universe. He's not as talked about, but yeah, he is psycho. He is the quintessential psycho. He is like up there with Joker when it comes to psychosis. But in the movie, he is a lot more calculating than what he appears in all other media. And it almost felt like he was the mastermind and not Roman, where Roman was a lot more loose cannon, and Zsasz was the one to bring him back down. And that was very confusing. It was a weird dichotomy that I was not privy to and did not make sense as far as the characters go. The other characters that you see in this are obviously Harley, but you also see Huntress, who is basically trying to kill various people who murder her family. You also have Canary, who is a singer for Sionis, who has the ability to basically scream and is incredibly powerful with that voice of hers. Then you have Renee Montoya. She is an actual police officer, was a police officer. And I will say that the one nod that they gave with this is very nice, because they do mention that she used to date the DA, who was a woman, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Rep. But Renee gets royally boned by her boss, her ex-girlfriend, and everyone else in the fucking department. But then again, Gotham City, GCPD is not exactly known for their stellar record. But then you also have sort of the unintended victim, which is Cassandra Cain. And if I remember correctly, Cassandra Cain actually becomes either Robin or Batwoman. I don't know precisely, because I haven't looked too much into her. But she's a young girl who ends up getting on Sionis' radar because she swallows a diamond. And yeah. The problem is that the movie kind of plays both at everyone wanting to kill Harley and everyone wanting to kill and or gut Cassandra. And because of the way the movie is kind of formatted, and because it's also told by Harley, it's really hard to kind of follow what's going on if you're not aware of how it's going to be told, because Harley is a very chaotic character. She tells the story out of order, she forgets things, and then she has to backtrack. So it's a little confusing when you first start watching it. So be warned. But as a Harley Quinn movie, like a Harley Quinn sequel to Suicide Squad, it's good. As a Birds of Prey origin story, not so great. Because that was not kind of what I was going for. But I do recommend it if you like Harley, because it is definitely a love letter to Harley as well. And there's a lot of action. It is rated R, so just a warning. And it is action-packed. There's a lot of fight scenes, so that's always fun. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next video. Bye-bye!